Welcome to Heartfelt with Julie Majarison, a space for honest stories, tender truths, and soul-deep conversations. I'm your host, Julie Majarison, and here we explore the questions that stir something real in us. Questions about joy, fear, healing, and the moments that shape who we are. Each episode is an invitation to slow down, go deeper, and hear the kind of stories that remind us we're not alone in this human experience. So wherever you are right now, thank you for being here. Let's begin. I am so excited because I have Mel here. I'm going to read a little bit about Mel. I really love how she's written this. So I'm Melanie, sometimes a messy human, and a mum who is learning to live more honesty after years of people-pleasing and emotional entanglement. I believe raw, honest stories have the power to connect and transform us. I've stepped out of a long relationship and am rebuilding my life with more clarity, boundaries, and self-trust. I've made some hard choices and am finding my way back to myself through them. I'm learning to hold both grief and growth, and I'm sharing what I've learned in hope it resonates with others and helps others on their path. I wish you could feel my goose pimples. It's going all the way up. So welcome, Mel. Wow, you wrote that so beautifully.
Thank you.
Now, have you got anything else that you'd like to share before we start on these questions?
No, I think let's just jump straight into it.
Yeah, thank you. So, what brings you joy?
So yeah, my kids bring me joy. The sun on my skin, that warm feeling, the beauty of nature. When I've got my feet in the grass or in the sand, I like to be able to feel connected to the earth. Reminds me that there's, those little joys in life, because life's often a series of boring moments sprinkled with highs. So I'm just looking for moment to moment as much as I can. Obviously, I get distracted because I'm human and I'm a parent, but as much as I can, just finding those little moments of connection to remind myself, that I'm tuning into my needs and staying in tune with what's happening for me moment to moment. Because it's so easy just to get distracted and react to everything that's occurring, which I've got a long history of doing, I guess. So the more I can stick with myself, the more joy I feel naturally. Holding steady, being patient through, the boring drudgery of life, and feeling those connections that light me up, I guess, just those little moments. Having my morning routine that keeps me grounded, like having a little stretch, 20-minute yoga stretch in the morning, same one I follow pretty much every morning. So it's just the same, it's the same motions, it's really repetitive, I can breathe through it. Then I have a coffee, then I walk the dog quickly, and then, get on with the rest of the day. Most of those days. There are days I know that if I don't do my stretch first, just gets pushed back and it gets pushed back, and then I sometimes just don't do it. So I have to do it first. It's the thing that I just know works for me. So that brings me joy, staying consistent in those moments to myself, because I'm showing it for myself, right? Like, so I can build on that feeling of being proud of myself for continuing it.
Yeah. Wow. There's so much awareness there.
Oh,
You go, girl. It's quite easy for me to actually let those non-negotiables slip off, and then it's like, wow, it's so important. So yeah, I love that 20-minute stretch, feeling into the bod.
Yeah, well, that's just what I know works for me. For other people, it might be going for a run, or it might be journaling, or it's whatever, I just really know that my body responds to yoga, and I just feel so much better for it. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
was sporadic with it over the years. I always knew when I was doing it, my mind would be like, "Why don't you do this more often? Like, you know, this is the thing for you that really benefits you." So,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Beautifully said. Okay. Is there a fear that you are aware of that is holding you back?
Yeah, yeah. So false expectations appearing real is really all that fear is. So not being honest, wanting to be honest, but still feeling I have to dilute my truth because I've got such a history of people pleasing due to my own childhood and things that have occurred. So, I want to continue to receive the love I need. I don't want to hurt people. I want them to still love me because that was, I guess, that childhood injury where there were parts where love was missed, where you need to nurture that little child where she wasn't. So it's easy to run away from that feeling because it's hard to sit in something that hurts that you still feel hurt about. Um, so avoiding that hard work, distracting, escaping, running away into some sort of fantasy land, which is probably also things I did to protect myself as a child in those traumatic moments. Um, so lifetime procrastination on doing the important things because I'm afraid of what will really happen if I just actually am myself without all the conditions that I felt may have been placed on me and conditions that I continue to place on myself because of that. Um, so owning and loving myself is it's a lifelong thing, isn't it? But just trying to live from that place instead of because I don't think I'm afraid of no being afraid of what it would mean to let go. It's not that it's probably scary to let go. It's the version of myself that I could actually just be if I didn't have all of that other crap. So that's what's scary. What does that
Yeah.
look like?
Yeah, getting out of that comfort zone, maybe.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm. Even though you know it's so called not bringing you joy, but it has some sort of comfort there.
Mm, mm, yeah.
Wow, that's a great share, great insight. Thank you for sharing that.
Mm.
Have you ever had a life changing moment?
Yeah, lots of little ones, even just small ones, like a butterfly crossing your path when you're out on a walk, and just little moments like from that to complex and heavier things like people, dying, childbirth, parenting, understanding my emotions, or having something just go, oh, that moment was what caused all of those moments. Even the reason that I come to live still here on the Sunshine Coast kind of sort of came from heartbreak and all sorts of things that led me back here and around here and that follow that trail of breadcrumbs. And yeah, it's quite interesting to watch that path that you go through. But probably the main thing that I remember as a life changing moment when I was around 16 or 17, and sort of just being introduced to a spiritual path. There were lots of, again, little breadcrumbs that kind of a book here or something here that sort of led me from one place to another. And I was meditating briefly for with the Sri Chinmoy Center with a friend. And they would sometimes dress up in saris, and we would do that too. And it was quite cool just being in a group environment and learning what that meditation might look like. I barely meditate now because yoga is my meditation, but at the time, we were in a group meditation, and I got this really intense feeling of heat and tingling and spinning like an actual chakra spinning, like a wheel spinning on my forehead. And it was just, I was trying not to really focus on the feeling too much because I just didn't want it to slip out of my grasp. But at the same time, I was so curious and wow. And I can still remember that sensation now. I've never experienced it since. Um, it's completely elusive, but just for I felt like 5 full minutes. It might have only been 30 seconds. I couldn't tell you, but afterwards, um, the instructor asked if I had anyone had anything to share, and I described what had happened, and she was just like, "Are you sure? Like, people meditate for years to find that. Are you sure? Like, are you really?" Like, and I was like, "Yeah, no, like it was this and it was that." And yeah, I'm not sure if she still believed me or not, but it's a feeling that's always stuck with me. So
I'm feeling it's really something that you just couldn't make up, hey? So it's
yeah,
like, oh, it's sending shivers down my spine.
yeah.
How amazing.
It's
And
like a portal just opened up, I guess, from there, which must have been what needed to happen. But yeah.
wow. Woohoo. That's like amazing. Has there been a moment that you wish you could freeze in time?
Um, Probably, but maybe more little moments. Um, just feelings, those feelings of connection with the world or with others. So moments when you feel uplifted by that shared experience. I'd like those moments to be prolonged. I don't know not about being frozen because that feels really rigid, and I'm trying to live in more flow, and really the world is just always changing and flowing. So I think freezing something in time wouldn't be how it would feel. Yeah, just to prolong it, to expand on that, um, the feeling for deeper and for longer. Um, and that might come with just consistently showing up for myself and my own needs as well.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Do you have a trigger that you'd like to share about?
Yeah, I'm pretty sensitive to noise, like yelling and arguments. And even though I am and can be yelling and argumentative and angry, I know that when I'm on the receiving end of that, um, it just makes me kind of want to retreat. It gives me physical sensations and a fear from childhood as well. Um, and then on the flip side, while like I enjoy silence. I mean, I was an only child, so like I quite like just quiet and everything and just being in my own space. That doesn't worry me. But I get anxious if I don't, if the loved one or someone doesn't message me back straight away, or I don't get the response that I wanted, or I read into things too much. Like it just makes me anxious. Have I done something wrong? Did I say the wrong thing? Oh, it's quite a trap. It's quite a cycle from, yeah, just stems from my childhood and just patterns that ran through that.
Yeah, yeah, I can certainly resonate with some of those things. I tend to take it quite personal
Mm,
when it's like they've got their own stuff happening.
100%. And it's just life. And yeah, for sure.
Yeah, yeah. If a genie jumped out of a bottle and granted you one wish, what would that be?
It would obviously be for three more wishes. um, I would have a hard time nailing it down to something. My girlfriend, my best friend at high school, in our year 12 book, she wrote, in 10 years, like, where do you see yourself in 10 years? Everybody answered the question. And hers was to be comfortable with her naked body. I was like, man, that is just so insightful when I read that in the printed version. Even now,
Mm.
like nearly 30 years later, that's like, oh, wow, that should have been my response, right? Like, I didn't think about that. I wrote something like, in 10 years, I'll be married to Leonardo DiCaprio, whole fantasy again. It was, which goes to show the maturity perhaps I had, and the ability to not sit in my emotions then. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah, um, money, abundance would be a wish. Allowing myself to receive that, instead of pushing it away or fighting off the help. Um, you know,
yeah, that receiving, hey?
the receiving. Yeah,
Seeing the worth and the receiving. Yeah,
yeah. Not
wow,
being afraid
key.
to ask for your worth, as well. Not being embarrassed by, like, actually, I want to charge this much for that thing. Is that kind of okay? It's like, this is it.
Yeah,
This is the price.
yeah, yeah, to be comfortable in that. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is something you've never said out loud, but you wish someone would ask you about?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I have an answer for this one. Um, I guess it's not something I wish that someone would ask me about, but there is an event that occurred when I was younger in Sydney. I I don't really want to share it right now because I'm still
No, it's
ashamed of it.
okay. Yeah.
Um, because yeah, I know the reasons that it occurred, and I just didn't stay around to make sure someone was okay after an
Yeah.
incident. And I should have. Um, yeah, and I feel just sad about the person that I was then and the
Yeah.
reasons
But
why.
that's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
That's okay. Yeah. But thank you for even scratching the surface of
I
that.
did scratch the surface. Yeah, I can feel it. Like, oh, I've
Yeah.
got to look at that at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. When was the last time you truly felt seen? And what was it about that moment that stayed with you?
Um, that was in an intimate space with a partner, looking into someone's eyes and feeling that depth of connection at the time where
Wow.
just the pure exchange of energy and enjoyment of each other, and there was no expectation or demand. It was just, yeah, a new feeling for me in that moment. Probably words can't explain it enough, but yeah, it was really powerful.
Wow. Woohoo. If you could send one message back to your younger self, not advice, just a message, what would that be?
Ah, it all feels like advice.
Yeah, it's tricky, isn't it, to not do
Yeah.
the advice thing?
Because even for yourself, that's advice, right? Like, so I don't
Mm.
know, maybe it would just be a word, maybe it would just be like the word love or um, one thing at a time. Yeah, I guess it still feels like advice. I would just
Yeah,
want the
but
best. I would just want the best for myself
yeah,
to
yeah.
remove some of that self doubt. So anything I would have to say would be along the lines of a wish or an instruction, or maybe it would just be a hug. Maybe, yeah, like,
That's beautiful.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, because it
yeah,
all sounds like I don't like being told what to do. So even if it was my older self, I'd still probably be like, fuck you a little bit. Like, don't you tell
yeah.
me.
Stop telling me what
Um,
to do.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You watch
Yeah.
me do something
I'm
else.
gonna do the opposite.
So maybe just a hug. Yeah, a
Yeah,
big
the hug is beautiful, isn't it? That just that connection. Yeah, and that pure love.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
What does the word healing look like for you right now?
Uh, it looks like taking one day at a time and
Mm.
one moment at a time if needed. Because yeah, my emotions vary throughout the day. And like at work, I can be really busy doing 100 things, but I'll hear a sad song or an uplifting song, and I'll read a message, or I'll cry. I might cry 5 times a day at my desk actually at the moment, but not like a shriveling mess, just discreetly a few tears, and just like turns the tap on a little bit, right? But it just lets out enough that I'm not holding on to everything so tightly, and even if I guess I've excused myself to the bathroom a couple times, but I don't want to be sorry for having those moments. I'm not going to apologize for them, because that's part of life. It's the day, summer, it's the winter. You have to have that balance, and I think that lots of people worry about letting their emotions out. So I don't want to be apologetic for that anymore, because I guess it's taken me years to recognize my feelings, because they were dismissed, and they weren't the right feelings for whatever uh, happened, or what I perceived. So
Yeah.
healing looks like, yeah, me feeling my feelings when as much as I can within reason to what's occurring, or even if I can't feel it, writing a note on my phone so I can come back to it later, and just try to go, okay, what's the breakdown of this? A couple of keywords. Chat GPT is actually really fantastic, and because it's like a little online therapist. So you can type in a few things, and it can give you what am I missing, like popping in what am I not seeing in this situation and describing the situation. And it breaks down for me, yeah, like the emotional patterns, and it's been really helpful, a helpful tool for me this the last 3 to 6 months.
Wow.
Married.
Wow. I've heard so
Yeah.
much with how Chat GPT is helping.
Yeah.
But that's an
Yeah.
amazing one.
And
Yeah.
I'm surprised because 'cause I'm not super, like, into technology or disclosing a lot of information, I guess, so it's, yeah, good to have that feedback.
Yeah.
That's
And
immediate.
I guess
Mm.
Chat GPT is getting to know more and more about you.
Yeah, a little bit in a scary way. Yeah,
Mm.
because it remembers your conversations, right? So it gives you
Yeah.
based on what you've previously put in there. So I'm not sure how I feel about that, but at the same time, I'm embracing it because it's helping, and it's healing,
Yeah.
helping me heal. So
Yeah. And coming from no judgment.
yeah, 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 yeah. So
Mm.
helps
Which
me
is
ground,
which
helps me
is
live.
what I feel the inner self needs.
Yeah,
Yeah, because the I say headmaster self is pretty there and beating the inner self up a lot.
yeah,
Yeah, so that's great.
that's true.
Wow.
Done
Wow.
beating myself up. I can't keep living from that place.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Beat myself up with love instead.
Yeah, and give yourself that hug
Yeah,
and that time and that space.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Thank you so much, Mel. I really appreciate it. Is there anything else that you feel like bubbling up that you would like to share?
Oh, I just want to thank you as well because it gave me a chance to reflect on these questions, and that's been helpful for me too, for my own progression, and yeah, reminding myself those little moments. Yeah, I've got this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you very much. I just need to say that I appreciate you and I appreciate sharing this moment with us. And I hope something in the conversation stays with you and with my audience, and it might open something else up in you.
Mm,
And it hopefully made you feel like you're being seen.
mm,
Yeah. So if this episode has moved you in the audience field, feel free to share it with someone who might need to hear something. And if you'd like to continue the journey with me, be sure to subscribe and stay connected. Until next time, take care of your heart and remember your story matters.
mm.